Hey guys. Alright, so my first video is still uploading for some fucking reason. My phone is dying, I'm late to work. I need a shower, I got 20 minutes, but nothing will stop me from keep making my videos. I just need to schedule myself better. So today, we want to talk about triggers, about letting go of triggers, about letting go of triggers and cutting bridges in a healthy way, and replacing, bad habits for good habits. Okay, first things first. Triggers. Anything that is a trigger for you, whether it's a person or a thing, has to be replaced for something else. It's like, have you ever guys seen like a show, like a funny show, and like it's so typical and cliche, like it's, person A is sleeping and they have something on their hands and they don't want to let go of it because they like the way it feels there, because they want it, they're protecting it from something. It's what they do. This is your habit. This is the phone that friend's trying to take away from you to get that one picture, and you're not trying to let go of it. Person B grabs another thing and takes it out, and you don't even notice it because you're still holding something out. That is what we need to do with our habits. We need to take out the bad ones and automatically replace them with something that is positive for us. So in my case, what I started doing, and also I talked about this in another of my videos, when you form a structure that you can come back to every time that you fuck up, it's a lot easier to get yourself back in track, because a lot of the times what sets us back, it's not that we relapse. Relapsing is part of the recovery. That's something normal. It's okay. What holds us back is to start over again every single time, because a lot of the times we get high, we get lost, and we come back to what structure. So in my case, I started putting my videos are everything, in order for me to keep my image straight, in order for me to not have to be ashamed of coming in here and talking to you guys and feel like a hypocrite. Yes, I fucked up. I've talked about it. I've talked about it some not. But it helps. Now, exercising has been doing wonders for me. Wonders. I mean, it gives me hyped up. It makes me feel good with myself. It makes me feel healthy. It makes me feel clean. It makes me feel cleansed. A lot of the times we have to be conscious of how those bad habits makes us feel. Now, in this TED Talk, the guy was talking about how this lady was like, "Oh, when I want to quit smoking." The guy goes, "Well, smoke a cigarette consciously. Smoke a cigarette when you want to smoke, or even before you do it." So let's say that right now I feel like going again and smoking meth. Now, I'm gonna think to myself, how would I really feel right now if I go get high? Well, a lot of the times when you have something else to do, when you're running away from your responsibilities, you feel guilt, and guilt makes a cage and it traps you. It traps you, and when you're high, you get in your head and you can't get out of it, and you end up just not having a good fucking time because you have other shit to do, So that's my case. That's one of the things. Another thing is that it drains me. It drains me for days after that, So it's like, okay, so I'm gonna consciously smoke right now. I'm gonna tell myself how shitty I feel when I do it, not thinking about the high that I'm rushing, that I'm going after, but thinking about all the negative effects and all the things that come along with that. Think about that every time that you feel like relapsing. Think about that every time that you feel like hitting that cigarette, hitting that pipe, about going back to sex addiction, going back to that one ex that wasn't good for you, going to that one place that you shouldn't be at, doing that one thing that you shouldn't do. Okay? So once you acknowledge that is all bad for you, think about one thing that you can make better. So I feel so unhealthy when I did that, every time I do it. Is it fun? Maybe. But I feel unhealthy. So how am I replacing that unhealthy habit, that unhealthy part of my habit, for something positive? With exercise, bitch. I go run a mile, 3 miles, whatever the fuck I can. There's this thing on my phone. I'm sure there's lots of apps for it. A lot of times you just need someone in your ear talking shit like, "Bitch, keep running, keep going, slow down, keep up. You're going too fast. Step like this, step like that." You know what I mean? There's an app on my phone. I got a Galaxy. It's called Samsung Health, and I put my headphones on, I play my music, I pick my workout in there, and it's like a coach. And the bitch is talking to me. She's like, "How you feel right now? How you doing? Smile, breathe. You know, like breathe through your nose. Like, you know, a lot of times you just need that kind of thing in your life. You know what I mean? And like a lot of times it's like, yeah, when you speak up, like at first, I was like, I need company for this. I can't do it alone. You know what I mean? Because that's one of the biggest fears always. I can't do this alone. So I started asking all my friends, hey, who wants to work out? Who wants to go running? Who wants to go do this? Every single one of them gave a little bit of their time. And they got me going with this thing, you know? Now, I'm not going to say that I work out every day. I don't. If I'm lucky right now, I'm working 3 times a week. But it's a structure. It's something to do when you want to feel healthy, instead of going back to a bad habit. You know what I mean? It's something to fill in your time with. Because a lot of the time, I don't know how to say the word in English, ocio. Ocio is boredom. It's being okay with boredom and what boredom makes you do. So instead of being like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go hit this pipe, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go hang out with this nigga, I'm gonna go hang out with that motherfucker. No, I'm gonna go for a fucking jog. If I'm gonna be late to work, it's because I was doing my video and because I went for a run. Not because I was fucking, not because I was tweaking, not because I was on Grindr, not because I was, you know what I'm saying? So it's replacing those bad things with good things, you know? Now, that letting go of triggers, that's one thing. Now, replacing the habit, that's because of that. Now, burning bridges in a healthy way. Don't ever in your life think that you're better than anybody else just because you're on your way to recovery and they're not. Alright? That's not the way to do it. We had a whole song about that. Fallen Stars. You'd be surprised how much people is understanding of your needs of quitting. Now, there's options. Everybody got choices. Everybody got choices. Life is all about choices, levels, and it all comes down to balance. Meaning that you can burn a bridge, you can explain to somebody how you don't want to smoke and they're not going to bring it around you, but if you ask for the pipe, they're going to hand it to you. Because at the end of the day, it's your choice. Burning bridges in a healthy way is explaining to those that matter to you why you're not coming around. Because you never know when you're going to need somebody, when you're gonna need somebody. You never know. Maybe they want to quit too. Maybe y'all can be in the trip together. You know what I mean? It's very, very important though to burn bridges. The first time that I quit math, I was 18. I did it from 14 to the age of 18, and then I quit again the whole in between 18 up to 27 last year. When I am 27, I'll be 28 in September 13. Last July is when I started using again, and the first time that I stopped, I completely cut bridges with everybody because I wasn't mentally strong enough. I wasn't the age that I'm now. I didn't know what I know now, so I simply just cut everybody off. Did it work for me? Yes, and that's how I know cutting bridges is a very important step to recovery. You just have to let it go, and it's okay, because remember, those who matter don't care, and those who care don't fucking matter. So, or something like that, but you get it. So it's very important to burn bridges in a healthy way. Not to go around pointing fingers at anybody, not to say, oh, I don't hang out with that tweaker anymore. Well, bitch, once you're a tweaker, you're always going to be a tweaker. Remember, the thing about being an addict is you're going to be an addict for the rest of your fucking life. It doesn't matter what the fuck you're addicted to. Just because you're not a user doesn't mean you're not a fucking addict. Get that to your fucking head. It's not a disease. It's not something that makes us better or worse than anybody else. It's not something that we should be ashamed of. It's something that we should be proud of, because everybody got their addictions. Everybody got their addictions. Whether it's a piece of gum or a crack rock, everybody got addictions. Well, yeah, I have to be precious with my time. I'm sorry my last two videos were kind of like... But my next video is a short video. Well, it's a bunch of little short videos that I made. Also, there's so much I want to talk to you guys about. Like, I want to talk to you guys about, like, not acknowledging, you know, any kind of like negative feedback that anybody gives you about anybody else, you know. Or also, I want to talk about how, like, forgiving people that have hurt you in your past, because nobody ever is out to hurt you. It's out to get you. Nobody is. It's not in our nature. There's always an understanding behind that tells us why. It's so many fucking things that I want to talk to you guys about, and I feel like I don't have the time, but yet I sit there and fucking smoke a whole blunt and for 2.5 hours and just listen to music when I should be doing this. I immensely love you guys. I'm sorry I didn't sing. I'm sorry I haven't read any poetry to you guys in the last 2 videos. I'm gonna make a whole full video of it, I promise. I love you guys. Again, don't forget, you're a star. Shine like it.